Goods and Services Tax Council. It is the apex body that recommend central government to take decisions on goods and service tax matters. The mechanism of Gst Council would ensure harmonization on different aspects of GST between the center and states, as well as among the states. It has been enforced on the background of Constitution 101, the Amendment Act 2016, that Gst Council in discharge of various functions shall be guided by the need of harmonized structure of implementation of GST in India. Gst Council is a joint forum of center and states to administrative matters related to the GST. It is constituted on the basis of insertion of Article 279A as part of the Constitution Amendment Act 2016. It is a joint forum of state and union government. It has been established on 15th September 2016. It is a key decision-making body relating to the GST. The Constitution Act 2016 provides that every decision of Gst Council shall be taken at its meeting by a majority of not less than 3/4 of weighted votes of members. The votes of central government shall be 1/3 of votes cast, and the votes of state governments were 2/3 of total votes casted. And Gst Council constituted with a chairman, which is the Union Finance Minister. Structure of Gst Council. Gst Council is determined by Article 279(1) of the amended Constitution of India. The article states that the Gst Council should be chaired by President of India within a period of 60 days of the inception of Article 279A. The article states that Gst Council should be a joint forum of central government as well as the state governments. It would consist the following members. The first one, chairperson, Union Finance Minister, and the first chairperson will be concerned with Arun Jaitley, and later it has been followed by Nirmala Sitharaman, who is the current chairperson of Gst Council, and around 38th meeting concluded in the last segment as in the form of Gst Council meeting. Then members of Gst Council were Union Minister of State in charge of Revenue of Finance will be one of the member in Gst Council, and another member in Gst Council will be the Minister in charge of Finance related to the concerned state. And in the ministers in charge of finance related to the concerned states, as it may be in the state of Kerala, it will be handled by Thomas Isaac, and the rest of the states it will be handled by their finance ministers or the minister who is assigned in charge of state finance. Along with the Gst Council, as in the form of apex body of ministers, Gst Council has a secretariat with its office at New Delhi. Secretariat of Gst Council has the following members, as it may be indicating with the Union Revenue Secretary as ex officio Secretary of the Council, and Chairperson of CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, as a permanent invitee to the every council meetings. And along with that, there will be additional secretary to Gst Council, and there will be other 4 posts will be created with the commissioners relating to the Gst Council secretariat. And the Gst Council's decisions will be framed into a proper framework by the secretariat itself. But regarding with the apex body will be concerned with the Gst Council itself, and the Gst Council have the power to give recommendation to the union government relating with several matters. Gst Council is a quasi-judicial administrative body set up for to guide the union government on entire tax affairs regarding with the implementation and maintenance of GST in India. GST Council will supposed to make a recommendation to the union and state government on different matters. Then functions of GST Council, as it will be relating with the provide recommendation to the union government relating to the matters concerned with the subsuming of taxes to the GST, as it will be which are the taxes or cesses and surcharge which will be subsumed to the GST while in incorporation of or implementation of GST in India. Then fixing the threshold limit for taxation under GST, and today's and it will be registration procedures, it will be started with the 40 lakhs, and there will be different segments may be identified a composition scheme, and what about their criteria that also fixed by GST Council as in the former recommendation. It will be given to the finance minister through cabinet. Then next, decide the tax rate that may be applicable and to be enforced in India as in the form of GST, and provide recommendation to the Union Government of India. The next, determine exempted supplies or the supply of goods or services which are exempted from GST. The next function, frame registration assessment procedures, prepare registration procedures and assessment procedures and frame the rules for such aspects. Then frame model GST law that should be enforced in India, and that has been worked out by GST Council in better way, and there will be 5 statutes were also framed, and along with there will be 2 rules as it will be concerned with the CGST Act, SGST Act, UTGST Act, IGST Act, Compensation Cess Act, along with IGST, CGST rules also framed by GST Council, and with the approval of or consent of the Parliament, that will be as in today's and it will be a legal portfolio. Then fixing pattern of for IGST distribution. IGST will be the tax levied by central government on interstate supplies, and on the interstate supplies the IGST distribution or revenue distribution pattern will be decided by council by obtaining approval from members in the council. Then determine provisions for special category states as it will be relating with the provision of special category states like backward states, as it mainly relating with the northeastern states like Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Jammu Kashmir, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, or to be relating with the Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand like states, and make some special provisions relating with for such states as they are having weaker economic and cultural backgrounds to support such states while implementing GST also. Then next, coordinate union and state tax administration in proper way, as it will be a platform developed to harmonize the taxation structure in India, and it is to ensure the activities that may be going in better way, and there will be coordination should be ensured between central and state governments. Then determine compensation package for state revenue losses, as it is one of the issue that may be pertained with the every today's scenario, as it is because of the financial crisis and also COVID situations, and in today's scenario there will be a crisis that may be identified with the revenue matters as in the form of state governments, and in such a scenario the compensation package has to be determined by the GST Council, as the relating with the GST Council is the apex body regarding with the taking decision on GST matters, and provide recommendation to the Union Cabinet. Then GST Council how to fix the threshold rates, as it may be floor rate with the bands of GST, and any special rate for timing of natural calamity, and special circumstances need special cares, and such a situation how to handle such a situation, as for example in the Kerala flood or any other natural calamities, and also dealing with the COVID situation. In such a scenario, GST Council has to interfere that matters, evaluate that matters, and analyze in proper way, and provide guidelines and recommendations to the Union Cabinet for taking proper decision. Then review the matters of GST as it may be revenue matters and also the rest of the things that may be identified with the GST. And these are the special functions of GST Council, and it will be taking on the backgrounds of the recommendative body, and it also have a quasi judicial power, and the chairperson of the GST Council will be Finance Minister of Union Government of India, and members may be concerned with the Union Minister in charge of State Finance as from the Union Cabinet of Government of India, and next members may be concerned with the State Finance Ministers, and it is a structure framed by adopting the importance of federal system of India by identifying the powers of state governments along with the union government, as it is clearly indicating in the constitution. India is a union of states, and the powers will be vested with the state itself, and that should be clearly indicating with the formulation of GST Council and deciding the structure of GST Council. As on that background, the decision will be taken with the GST Council by abiding the provisions of the state governments. As regarding with the majority of voting rights also vested with the state governments, and in the issues or there will be any disputes, the decision will be taken through the casting votes, and majority votes should be obtained for taking a decision GST Council, and it should be majority of 3/4 of weighted votes, and the central government having 1/3 of votes casted, and 2/3 will be vested with the state governments, and the powers will be vested with the state governments in the case of GST Council, and it is the apex body to take decisions on matters relating to the implementation and supervision of goods and service tax system in the country.